Welcome into the video with me, the midlife Simster. Thanks for joining me whilst I embrace my gaming incompetence. New series today, Farming Simulator 22. Absolutely no idea, I'm sorry, how to pronounce this map name. The idea of this series is going to be, essentially, should you return to Farming Simulator if you've come away from it, or just outright start playing Farming Simulator in 2024. And we'll kind of tick a few of those sort of questions off and points to consider as we go through. This isn't the normal sort of map that I would choose. My preference, generally British maps. There is another one that I've just started playing as well. I was really tempted to use for this series, but or episode. I'm not entirely sure this can be a series yet, but certainly for the episode. But this map highlights what I kind of want to talk about and show you. The game has changed massively since it came out. Obviously, the more mods there are, the more inspiration there is. Giants themselves obviously released a lot of stuff for this game since its original release. There's now new animals, new crops, obviously all the mods for the machinery. It's massive. It's absolutely massive. In terms of this map, basically I've chosen to play it on Farm Manager, which would then allow me to pick and choose the land that I want. I've still used the same original farm that comes with a new farmer here on plot 181. We've bought up the fields behind the farm here, so we've got one of the new crops in the form of rye. We've also got a couple of the rye fields over here as well, and then the other one then obviously we've got is old school corn. Other field then we've got a grass field there which is yet to kind of start properly growing. Again, another field, a small kind of grass field up by there as well. Other than that, that's basically all we've got on the main farmland. Spent some money. We've got a load of cows as well, so nip over to the cow barn for that. So here they are. The reason I like this cow barn, not only does it hold 100, but I like the cows to be outside in some way, shape or form. Now, if we'd have chosen one of the open pastures, they've got no shelter. And I know it's a game and I need to get a grip, but I don't know why, but it matters to me. I don't like them being out in a pasture with nothing, absolutely no cover whatsoever. It's kind of weird. So I like the fact they can come in and out. We may address that going forward, but yeah, that's why basically I chose this one. In terms of the this map, when you start on Farm Manager, you'll still get all the original equipment that's provided. So that allows me then to go and sell a lot of that, to start buying the sort of equipment that I would rather have myself. So in terms of the equipment that I'm going to play this map with, we've got two tractors. The class was on sale second hand, 11 months worth of use on it. So upgraded the engine, did the repair. Nice little bargain there, nice and easy, and then bought a brand new Massey Ferguson as the second tractor on the farm. Not quite as powerful as the class. Bought a really expensive harvester. As you can tell, I also really like the class vehicles. I don't know why. That's just my preference. Didn't necessarily need this one. It's probably oversized for what we've got, but I do love it. It's a great kit. So went with this one. Got the JCB AgriPro telehandler to set up baling and stuff, standard glass trailer, big 1080 header for the fields. The disc harrow came with the map, as did the seeder, same with the slurry tank. Baler, I don't normally go with these ones, but I just thought I'd give it a go. The Pottinger, I suppose I think you call it. The pro silage option on that, so we'll see how that works out, and then standard header trailer. A few things we still need to be able to do what we're going to do. But let's jump into it and sort of talk about why I think you know, if you've come away from this game, why you should be thinking about coming back to it. This map in particular highlights, like, when you've got a good modder, the amount of detail in this map is incredible. It is absolutely incredible. The effort that they've gone to make it as realistic as they can is, it's kind of blown my mind a little bit. Oh, look at that, my own trailer is causing a bit of a traffic jam, and I don't know what I clipped there, but something. These cars fly down here. Let's run it past there. Happy days. And then we'll help them person out, and we'll get our trailer out of the way as well. There we go. This map in particular has got something that I haven't seen before, and you know, it may well be on some other maps. I've literally just come back to this game myself. Is that there are parts of this map that you can't buy, and there are animals in the fields, in the pastures. As we go around, you'll see them. I think there's one at the top up there, but probably won't be able to render it from here. And I just thought, what a wicked thing to do. Just, you know, what a cool little realism feature. Really, really top end stuff. You are unfolded. Come on. Right, let's go and do with some rye. I did a little test before I started this to see if it actually did a straw swath, but turns out it does, so that's great. Depending on how long you've been away from the game, there's loads of new crops now. I've never been particularly, you know, good at this game, unsurprising considering my channel name. What I would always find was I'd sort of do like, you know, 10, 15, 20 hours on a map, decide that, you know, I hadn't done it right, not had that sort of perfect start, and then either restart it, do it again, then get bored, because I then sort of hit the kind of 40-hour mark on the map, and then go on to a different map. And I would do that kind of over and over. It's quite ridiculous, really, and I ended up putting like quite a lot of hours into this game, and I haven't really done massive amounts. Like, I haven't got hold of just one map and done years and years and years and years worth of farming on it. I normally do, I think the most I've done is maybe 2 or 3 years on a particular map, and that was like, you know, when I first started playing the game. Silver Run Forest, I really loved that one, with the DLC from the season pass, all about logging. Just really enjoyed that. I think probably more than the standard, the normal maps, but it's like a 51-49 sort of situation. But yeah, and so I'm not particularly, you know, au fait with the game. Even myself, I'm not very good at it. Like productions and things, what we need to do for certain crops. You know, all my learning has come from Reddit, and then watching videos from people like Dagowin and Mr. CDP, Farmer Cop, people like that. Just picking it up from there. But I love this game. I've always really enjoyed it. I got really, really addicted to it when I first got it. It's just one of those games where it's so relaxing. You can just chuck it on and just get on with something. And it just chills me out. It really, really chills me out. It isn't, you know, it isn't fast-paced. It isn't for the adrenaline seeker or that sort of thing. This isn't, you know, like that sort of game. It is a genuine simulator sort of style game. If you're coming back to it, as you well know, so it isn't a necessary pick up and play either. It can be, but what I generally found when I was doing that was I would just pick it up, play, and then delete that map that I'd done, and then not, I'd just start again in a excellent time afterwards. So it's not. I don't think it's a pick up and play because there's just too much going on. For those of you that maybe you're hearing my voice for the first time, normally this won't be the case, but I do have a very young family, the youngest of which is in the room with me now, because that's just the way it is. If you want to record and you've got a young family and a full-time job, sometimes you've just got to take the chance and say, okay, I'll have the baby in with you whilst I'm doing this. As much of it as I can, I'll dub out, but they are pretty vocal at the moment, sort of griping away to themselves next to me in the basket thing, and so that's what you may be able to hear in the background. So apologies for that. There we are. And when they're talking, when I'm talking, then there's no getting rid of it, is there? So hey ho. So I think if you are someone who's come away from this game, haven't kind of played it for a 12 month, 18 month, then you seriously need to consider picking this back up again, and come and have a go at some of these new maps and the new crops. The attention to detail on some of these new maps and some of the stuff that's happening. There we go. Now that we're a bit closer, I forgot to look earlier. We can see in the distance those cows. They're not mine. They were here when the map loads up. Can't buy that field. Can't buy the cows. They are just there as part of the background. But again, just little things like the extra detail on this map, on the roadside, the kind of bits of rubbish, the rocks, and furniture. But what this map has also got, and as I move around the map, it'll become more obvious. Again, there's I love the milk jugs to signify that's where you get your milk from. What this map has got that is different is that there's, oops, wasn't paying attention to how much rain was in the tank. Wake up. Is basically there are sections where there are people just stood like the NPCs. They're not moving around. They're just stood talking. And it's nothing much, it's not doing anything, but there's a little bit of noise as if in the background of whatever it is they're particularly doing. And again, it just makes it so much more just those little things matter, and that's what I love about maps like this, is those little details. They really do sell it for me, and that's where I get my kind of enjoyment on FS22. So I can't recommend it enough. Now the same goes for if you're looking for a new simulator game. You can see that it's still really popular, this franchise. Still plenty of things going on Reddit and YouTube and whatnot. New mods weekly. It's massive. What I would say is that it's quite difficult to pick up, I think. So just be prepared to spend a bit of time looking on YouTube and Reddit especially for the how to plays, how to deal with things. There's some really useful charts out there. They'll talk to you about how to deal with the fields and stuff. There's plenty of discussion and consideration around the settings that people like to have. And again, it's one of those things. It's going to come down to personal preference, and these things always do. For example, at the moment, I've just got it on times 50, just so it gives us a bit of time to start the farm up. Even though I'm playing, it starts the map was medium, I've dropped it to easy. I didn't used to do that, but then I realised loads of people do, so I started doing it. Traffic, you can knock it on and off. Some people hate the cars in this game, other people don't mind it. I don't mind it anymore. I used to hate it. Seasonal growth just means you're following the chart around when you need to plant what. So when you can harvest it, when you can plant it. How many days do you want per month? I generally go 2 days because during the winter months you tend to be skipping days anyway. These late summer months, in autumn you're really busy because you've got a lot to get on with. If you want to fix the visual month, you can snow on and off. This way is really about personal choice, crop destruction. So that just means if you own a field and you drive through it or you drag a trailer through it, it's going to destroy crops for you. So you can knock that on and off. Periodic ploughing. I think it's 3 harvests you can have on a field before you should plough it. And if you don't, that'll affect the yield you get from that particular field by a percentage point. Fieldstone, I hate fieldstone. So basically, every time you sort of harvest and things, it creates this like a fieldstone comes out of the earth. There's just little stones. You've got to basically go around, hoover them up with the stone picker, sell them for next to nothing, or create lime from them. Which again, you don't really get massive amounts for them. I'm sure someone would disagree with me, but does my idea. Really, really does my head. Not interested in it. Lime required. It's just part of the process. Sort of fertilizer stage, really. Just got to lime the field, and then whether weeds grow on or not. Weeds are their own mess. In fairness, multiple ways to deal with them, and when you can deal with them, really, again, something I haven't particularly mastered, but quite straightforward. Oh, hello. In terms of the vehicle, the build up of dirt on it, automatic engine start, I always turn that off myself. Drives me wild getting into a car, getting in there, it just turns itself on. I like the control. Stop, go, braking, so it speaks for itself. Trailer fill limit. I play on, so it's more realistic, so you can't overfill these trailers and make them mega heavy and things. Personal choice, and then how much fuel you're using, obviously. And then I always knock all of these off. So it's basically, if you run an AI worker, which we will at some point, can they refill the things that they need? And yeah, you want to stop them being able to do that. So basically, that's the game settings. If you do happen to be brand new, I very much doubt people are, and certainly anyone who happens to stumble across this particular video, but again, part of this channel is just about trying to normalize gaming for normal, the normal person. Someone just kind of dips in and out. Like if you are middle-aged like me, like my demographic that I'm trying to appeal to, we've become our own parents, haven't we? So I pick up a game, I'm just not as good as someone who's 15 to 23. I'm just not going to be as other ages are available. I'm just not going to be as good as them. It's that simple. So yeah, it's just about trying to kind of play the game with the idea that if someone is listening that hasn't played before and is just wanting to watch what to do, then great, happy days. What we're doing on this, if you are literally brand new, this I didn't know about this, so it's not like I live on a farm. Headlands are the tracks basically where you you go around the edge of the field first, and that allows you then a bit of a working area so that you're not destroying the crop by bringing the tractor into the field and the combine isn't destroying and wasting the crop. So that's what that sort of first track is, and then generally I'll do 2, just to give myself that extra bit of working space. You can put it on like what's the word I'm looking for? It's not autopilot. Cruise control. yeah. So set the speed, maximum 6 miles an hour on this whilst it's working. All I'm doing is basically just controlling the direction on this for the time being, just trying to make it as straight lines as possible. When you watch, if you go and watch it, Daggerwin, who's been playing Farming Simulator probably like a decade now. The way he does these fields and how straight a line you can get is absolutely. Why do I keep doing that? It must be a snow runner thing. Yeah, it's absolutely incredible watching him play and harvesting the field. I love it. If you press, I'm playing on PlayStation, press circle, that hires the worker. So why they've chosen that line, I don't know. It must be the code around the most efficient angle, I suppose. It's going to really mess things up for me, that is. So we'll turn that off. I don't like that. It's going to really upset me now. My OCD's going to be going through the roof. Dear, dear, dear. Why did I choose that to show you that? Idiot. Whoops. Try and keep the swath lines as straight as we can and kind of together, because obviously we'll bring the baler in at some point and pick all of this up so that we can give our cows the straw that they need for their barn. Just makes your life a little bit easier when it's in a straight line. If I do stick with this map, just gonna think really, because we basically got 3 rye fields, was it? So I'll probably knock one of these on the head. I've got to work out what you can do with rye to see if there's a what production it basically ends up being involved with. But yeah, so we got a bit of a decision. We got the one grass field. Grass and like silage is a really, really easy, efficient way to make some money. Certainly early game. Longer term, I think productions are generally considered the most efficient money maker. I wonder if there's much room left in that class trailer. I doubt there is. Over there for this container's worth. I'm gonna go over before because if I'd have gone back on 88, I don't think I'd have made the end there. So sort of pointless. We may as well try and see at least what you can drop off. Whoops. There we are. Very little there. So let's head up here. Didn't notice actually on this farm. There's a silo. Which, if that's the case, that's going to be quite annoying. Oh, those are bee tires. I bet they're on our land. We can't do anything with them. Oh, no, got it. Let me just have a quick. I don't think there's a silo on this farm. That's cows. That's the back of that shed. Give me a shed eventually. Well. food for thought, isn't it? What am I going to do with this lot now? Because if we go to prices, right. Have a look at this. It's £800 per 1,000 litres at the moment. And it's 400 quid better off. Dear me. In January. Can we get rid of any of this junk? Oh, interesting. Just in case I press something and I don't like my decision. Let's just save it and see how it looks. Into construction. Just demolish. Let's see, won't let me demolish that. They will let me demolish that decoration for £1,000. Ah, but only... That's wholly unhelpful, wasn't it? Okay, hold your thoughts. I'm gonna reload the last save because I don't like that. Okay, so reloaded the game and basically put this silo in instead of the bunker. Sold the bunker. Put this silo in. It's not the prettiest thing in the world. It's certainly not the prettiest match of edit. But it's going to have to do for now. So let's get this seed up here. The hardest part with that silo is trying to find like a suitable flat location. I'm not very good, unsurprisingly, at kind of like editing the maps and stuff. I wish I was with the textures and things, because I mean obviously this looks horrific, but it's just a case of needs must, unfortunately. I'll probably realise at some point that I didn't need to do this. That's normally how my my gaming goes. But hey ho, that's that dropped off for us, which is good. So we'll head up back to the field, get the rest of it picked up. I wonder if we can maybe raid the trailer. Pretty sure this class's trailer's upgradable. So this we'll just stop in our workshop on our way down, which is, well, is it in there or is it down the stairs? I can't remember which one it was now. That one says it's like there's a... God, that's tight in there. Customize that. Ah, there we are. See, 2,500. Oh, nice. Drop the plate off it. Customize. Thanks very much. Oh, that's a clash. Get out of that. I've taken the fence out. I'm going to cut down the path, because why not? Not run out in front of that car. Swing a right into here and then into our field. Nice. Should just be about in line. There we are. Stay safe. Right, that's definitely in line. Oops. There we go. Happy days. I'm generally really excited to play this now and see how I get on with this map. Especially as, like I said, it's not really my normal style of map that I would go for, so we'll see. What I did realise as a new content creator the other day is when I paused this to reload the other game, I basically left it there. So it's been a couple of days since I started this video, but I did the editing for the basically up until the point of the reload already. The audio issues of this game, because the machinery is so noisy, is when it's like normal, driving around and relatively quiet, it doesn't really cause a problem. But the minute you turn on this like machinery like this, it drowns out the audio with the microphone. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to work out how people get around that, because it's it's proper noisy, and it takes them a lot of time to amend the audio settings for the clips basically. So obviously the silo we put down, you can see at the top right there, the finances have dropped 30,000 for the silo, which is fine. It is what it is. My gut feeling is that the additional equipment now we're going to need when we're kind of replanting and getting everything sorted in these fields, we're gonna have to rent at this point. But you know, that's fine. First couple of years, just try and get this kind of base setup, isn't it? I'm looking forward to like trying to delve into productions of it. Really, I haven't kind of got too far into those really, because I never get that far into the game, as I talked about before. So you know, really determined on this map. And if this is kind of a series that I go with, to try and have a look at that, see if we can get some stuff kind of going on that. Okay, so not our field, so don't care. Easiest way, really, we should go that way, because then the pipe is going to be at a point where we'll be able to actually access it. Okay, so as this, you've already seen this really in the last field. I'll probably speed cut this, so I'll come back to you when it's all completed. A little Naked Gun reference for you there. Those, oh, that was well worth it, wasn't it? Dear me. Right, come on, let's drop this off. Okay, so 2 fields done. Certainly one, if not both of these, are going to be changed into some other just basically not right. I haven't decided what yet. I'm gonna have a little, like I say, I'm gonna have a little play with those productions and see what I fancy, see what's on this map as well properly that would suit the particular crop, and probably look to replant then if depending on the seasons and stuff. And once we drop this off, I think what I'll do is switch the tractors around. Let's get the header on that trailer, and then we can take this big old beast over to the farmyard. Again, a bit cheaty that, because obviously, you know, this would normally be completely destroyed. Oh, don't get caught up on that. Completely destroying the crops. But, hey, it's a game. You play it how you want to play it. What I was, I don't know whether it'll show up in the speed cut that well, but is that dropped on properly? Don't think it has, but I wonder if let's take a risk. I think we can take it with this as well. Maybe it has. What I was trying to do when we were doing that, I was doing a speed edit then, was I wanted to see what the option is in there now, but it will be when I'm running the engine, I suppose. It was like there's an auger option on and off, which would then make me think, well, where's the auger that I'm meant to be dropping this stuff into? So have I wasted, as expected, my time and money putting in a silo when somewhere on this map there's an auger for me to be using? I don't know. Yeah. Don't know. I think because obviously that's our crop, we gotta be a bit careful here. Trying to think how to do this the best angle. Stamp that there. Spin this bad boy around. We might be able to just straight up drop this off. There we go. Which is good. Makes life a bit easier. Tight this. Oops. Again, not a particularly realistic pickup that, but to me, try not to destroy and run over any of these crops now. Best as we can. Let's see if when I turn it on. Yeah, that work mode there. Selected work mode, feed augers off and on. I have no idea what that means. Answers on a postcard, I suppose. Okay, I'll get this one done. I'll see you in a moment. So there we have it. 3 fields of rye harvested. Happy days. Loads of straw to go and pick up. I think whilst I was doing that, I was having a little look online. I think rye, in terms of production change, can be used to make flour. So I'm going to look into that. See where we stand with that. But yeah, I mean, in terms of should you come back to FS 22 but in 2024, for me the answer is an absolute astounding yes. This game is detailed, it's beautiful, it's addictive, it's well thought through. It's just an excellent simulator. And even, you know, if you don't like this map, there's so many new ones out there. Go and find some inspiration from Mr. CDP or Daggerwin, Farmer Carpin, or whoever. Farmer Klein. There's loads of really, really good YouTubers if you're not involved with that. You know, you haven't looked into much of them. And that's it. So no idea if I'll I kind of run a series on this. I probably will for a couple of episodes and just see how it goes. But if you have enjoyed it, please do give me a like and a follow. In the comments, let me know if there's anything I can be doing better, what you would be doing differently, just to try and help me learn how to play the game and help each other play the game. If you'd like to share the video, then by all means be my guest. And until next time, please be happy, stay safe, and we'll speak again soon. Take care.